Hi, I'm Keiko at Lighthouse Communications. When you hear speak clearly, you might think it's about learning native-like pronunciation. And I used to think that as someone who learned English as a foreign language. But that's not entirely true. Recently, I read an article from Harvard Business Review. It talked about the importance of clear speech. And you may be surprised to hear that it was written for native speakers of English. So speaking clearly is something we all need to do, both non-native and native speakers of English, to get our message across. In this video, I will share with you a simple trick to help you speak clearly. I use it all the time. It's by emphasizing keywords. When we emphasize keywords, we linger on them longer. We say them stronger or louder compared to other words in a sentence. That way, these words pop out. They're heard more clearly, and we can help our audience understand our message more easily. If I don't emphasize a keyword, this is what it sounds like. Listen to this. I'm going to speak up in tomorrow's meeting. As compared to when I emphasize a keyword. Listen for it. I'm gonna speak up in tomorrow's meeting. I emphasize speak up, and there's a reason. I want to tell my audience I'm gonna speak up, a commitment to do so. In other words, I'm not gonna just sit back. I'm gonna speak up. Now, which word I emphasize is not arbitrary. I have an intention. The meaning of the sentence changes if I emphasize a different word. Listen to this. I'm gonna speak up in tomorrow's meeting. Now the emphasis is on who is going to speak up. I'm going to do it, not you or someone else if this is a team meeting. And how about if I say this? I'm going to speak up in tomorrow's meeting. Now the meaning is on when. I'm not going to do it today or next week. I'm going to do it tomorrow. Emphasis is so important. When you emphasize keywords, it helps listeners focus and pick up on the point more easily. But watch out. You need to make sure you're emphasizing the right words, because if you don't, you might inadvertently convey the wrong message. I still remember this one time I said, I'm sorry to a lady I accidentally bumped into. I wanted to apologize emphatically, so I emphasized the word sorry and said, I'm sorry. Instead of sounding apologetic, I ended up sounding totally unapologetic and mean. You should have seen the look on her face. Oops. From then on, I've learned to say, I'm sorry. Much better, right? Once again, communicating clearly in English is not about learning a native-like accent. Yes, articulating sounds accurately is an important part of clear speech. And if you're interested in learning more about this, drop us a comment. But what's more important is knowing which words to emphasize so you can convey the message you want to convey. Thank you for watching the video.